What's up, guys? This is Juancho. I wanted to really fast run a hand by you guys that I played online yesterday at a small Rebuy 11 in the morning tournament. We got three-handed at this final table, and basically is me, Fantasy Poker, that's me, and I was second in chips here with 53,000, and then the player to my left had 141,000. The blinds were 1250, 2500, which means that I had roughly 21 big blinds, and the player to my left had a lot of big blinds. He had more than 60. So the bottom line is that they're marked red here, and that's my markings. That means that they're really bad. Typically the players that play the rebuys are not good. I like marking people and making comments on them. They help me for future tournaments. In this hand, I'm on the small blind, and I'm gonna go run it through you guys. So I post a small blind, and the guy on the bottom limps, which is a really bad play. Nobody should be limping from the bottom. You should be folding or raising, especially when you're three-handed. I think limping is a bad option here. So that in itself is already a mistake. It allows me, the small blind, to come in with a bad hand like Queen 7 off, and then the big blind ends up checking his option, and later on you guys will be shocked at what he checked his option with. So the flop comes 7-7-4, and I want to make it clear that this is not necessarily about how good I play the hand, but this is more about how bad my opponents play this hand. You know, it starts with a horrible limp from the bottom, and then the check pre-flop from the big blind. He just checked his option, and that allows me to, you know, come in with my junk hand and flop trips here on a flush draw flop, and I check actually, and the guy from the big blind, the guy with the chips, bets the minimum, which is 2,500. He bets one big blind. The guy on the bottom folds. I found that funny actually, and I decide not to slow play, and I 3x it to 7,500. I think if I've experienced anything lately, is to not slow play anything. I think that's so part of the past, and I think that you play your hand fast. They don't believe you in this case that you have a 7. I think you get called by ace high, by pairs, by flush draws, and you put more money in the pot, especially with you having it, so to say. And the other thing is that I have a hard blocker, and I think that's important to also think all the time, you know, what blockers you have and what your opponent could have and what you would be blocking him of having. Anyway, he calls. The turn is a 3, and the first thing that popped in my mind is you got to try to put your opponents in ranges, and I thought 5-6 got there. You know, the open ender 5-6 got there. And I decided to actually bet half the pot, and I get min raised here to 25,000. Obviously at this point I'm committed for 22,500. It's going to be really hard for me to fold. I don't think that his line makes much sense. If he does have 5-6, well, he's going to take it then. And obviously I can't call, especially here out of position in the hand. So I decide to jam here. For the record, most of the time when you get min raised, you are beat. You are destroyed. Typically when you're playing against bad players, that's not usually the case. But if this was a good player, I would be really, really scared of a min raise. The other thing is that good players don't min raise anyway. So that's, I think, a bad play. I think min raises work against bad players, but they don't work against good players. So I decided to jam, and he pretty much snap called actually. I know you can't see the tank on a replay, but he didn't even tank, he just snap called. The rear was an also 5, and he ends up having pocket queens in the hand, which is such a badly hand played. I mean, he not only he checks his option, I know he was trying to trap, but then he calls on the turn and then min raises. He calls on the flop my raise and then min raises on the turn. I just don't think this is optimal at all. I mean, he has nowhere close to nuts. You know, he should be wary. I mean, maybe he put me on a flash or he didn't want me to get it, but still, I just don't think this is a good play at all. Now, this ends up being a 110K pot. Now I take the chip lead, and after this I end up winning the tournament because now with chips I'm able to open up light and abuse them a little bit, and that's exactly what ended up happening. And you know, the last thing that you want to do is, you know, give a competent player chips, and now you're gonna be in a world of hurt after that. So anyway, I'd like to hear your comments on these hands. Again, this is not about how good I play the hand, this is about how badly my opponents play the hand, and I wanted to have maybe some comments, some opinions. I want to post these hands, interesting hands that I play online, interesting hands that I play live, so that we can all continue to learn from it and get better. Okay? Hope you guys are having a great day, and good luck at the tables. Bye.